A-E-1, Sorey.
I'm Brandon Lopez. I'm a musician in New York City. I love playing. It's like, of course there's like a discipline, right? It's like I get up and I practice my instrument all the time, but I love playing my instrument. I love making music. And I've lived an extremely interesting life. I feel like if I died tomorrow, I'd be happy. I'd be fine. Everything should be a labor of love. At Sometime Somewhere for AT1 Radio. It's like 3 or 4 generations of professional musicians. On my mother's side, my great uncle, his name is Mingol. He was a guitarist. He was on a bunch of iconic recordings from Puerto Rico and New York City. The 20s through the 50s. His nephew, Hector, was a timbale player. He was on like Coco Records, Fania Records. His band still plays in New York, even though he's dead. Wow. Yeah. He retired to Miami and stopped talking to everybody and smoked himself to death. But he was talking to all his friends in Cuba on transistor radios. So there's something going on. It was pretty interesting. Then his daughter, Sandy, was in this band Expose. It's a Latin freestyle band from the 80s. It was in the family lore. Was I surrounded by it? I wasn't surrounded by people playing music. It would happen at certain points, I remember. But my mother loved music. My father loved music. And there was a push for us, for me and my brothers, to be entertainers of some sort. Showbiz. Well, I don't think I've ever been interested in showbiz, which is interesting. A friend of mine got a guitar when I was 13, and we were playing it, and I got kind of transfixed on it, and I begged my parents for a guitar, and then I got one. I couldn't stop playing it. I would sleep next to it. I'd go to the bathroom with the guitar. It's funny because it's like trying to contextualize the way that I was thinking as a kid is like, it's completely ridiculous. But there was like some kind of anti-commercial thing about like, the players that are like Charles Mingus, for example. I mean, I heard and that shocked me. I loved that record. And then you start to understand his politics and how resistant he was to capital. And that was like extremely interesting to me. Then I went to college for music, and promptly dropped out of 2 schools and stuck around Boston for a little bit, and got some chops like booking myself and putting together shows, and then moved back to the greater New York City area and started working here a lot. My favorite experiences, at least through like music or art, for lack of a better term, or really even just with people in general, is like when I walk away feeling like, what was that? What is this? I walk away asking questions about myself or about the situation, and I feel, I could feel a whole host of ways, like elated about a situation or terrible, but ultimately stuff that pushes me, and that I hope, or that affects me in a profound way and pushes my my comfortable understanding of things in other directions. This is always hard to talk. It's always hard to talk about like my art, right? It's like I come from, there's a long-standing community of people who improvise and it's connected to all types of liberation struggles, and liberation ideology. So I wouldn't call it my art, but the art that I'm a part of, or the work that I'm a part of, the music that I'm a part of, is one that seeks to subvert, the the idea of what music is and what it can be, and the ideas around. I mean, for me, it's very important to subvert the idea of the composer and composition, right? The composer being like the singular genius who bestows upon these cogs, the orchestra and the people, his brilliant ideas. In improvisation, you're composing with other people. You have to not only have this, ideally have this great command over your instrument and this great command over many types of musical situations. You also need to find a way to make that stuff cooperate with other people's ideas, and at the same time be so incredibly present and focused on developing ideas with other people. And as soon as that stuff is gone, the thing is dead. What makes it interesting is dead. And I mean, one thing that's interesting is, I think that being present and focusing on collaboration is actually, in a big way, anti-institutional. I think it absolutely is, and it's a really interesting case study on how to get along and how to, and not in like the type of like Montessori type of like, oh, everybody gets along. No. There's like, criticisms, harsh self-criticisms, and a standard, like a certain, and I'm not going to say it's a specific technical standard, but a standard of an ability to collaborate and cooperate, and also have, yourself developed when you come to the, the arena of improvisation. Not that you're competing with each other, though. There's space for that. There's space for all types of situations. But ultimately, you're there to make music with each other. I love playing. It's like, of course there's like a discipline, right? It's like I get up and I practice my instrument all the time, but I love playing my instrument. I love making music, and I'm constantly chasing after, I don't want to say the improvement or refinement, because that's not what it is, but it's this continuous process of play, and being able to play. Because I've had real jobs before. I was a gravedigger for 15 years. From the age of 13 till I was 20, whatever. Yeah, my father ran a cemetery. It's an interesting thing. Which is, he worked for the Catholics. He worked for the Catholic Church, which is not, it's just, a friend of mine actually pointed this out. It's not even industrial capital, right? I'm not even part of the industrial working class. In a certain sense, it's like a neo-feudalism, or even like an old style of feudalism. It's very bizarre. It's a very bizarre situation. So I've done real jobs. I've done real physical labor. And I've done all kinds of jobs, and I hate work. I hate the fact that I have to force myself and rent myself in order to actually pay rent to eat. I'm literally just trying to play and enjoy my time here and have an interesting experience. This is one shot I have in a human body to do this. I think. I would assume so. And I've lived an extremely interesting life. I feel like if I died tomorrow, I'd be happy. I'd be fine. So, I don't know. It's not about work, There is a sick fascination with work because of the socioeconomic background that I'm from. But I don't like work. I hate it. I despise it. I don't think anyone should be forced to work. Everything should be a labor of love. New York, it's like you walk 3 blocks, you'll find 3 or 4 of those things and find interesting things in every single one. So yeah, I like to spend my money in real New York places.
Amazing.
Okay, my favorite place to shop. I could say like a classification for my favorite places to shop, which are mostly small New Yorker owned shops, whether that be grocery stores, record shops, weird anything shops. Like I wanna go in there. I want to go talk to people, and I want to buy things from New Yorkers. Not a big chains, not in any of these kinds of bougie places. I mean, like they, it's cool that it looks nice, but the quality isn't necessarily that much better, and the price tag is way higher. It's better to actually shop at, like these weird little local places that still exist in New York, which don't exist anywhere else. You can't go to like the middle of New Jersey and find like, some sort of weird like, Caribbean like deli whatever I mean, maybe you can, but you gotta like really search. But you're not gonna find that in like some strip mall or something like that. We released 3 records. Well, 2 of them are released, and the other one's coming out in March. So the first one is a duet with a knknighgh player, which is a Korean zither, and that came out on 577 Records. And that's the first in a 2 CDs, 2 disc set. And then I just released a record called NADA SAGRADA, Nothing Sacred, on Relative Pitch Records, and that is a sextet of electronics and strings and percussion. And I'm very excited about it. It's a very oblique and difficult record, and it's dark and beautiful and grooves really hard, and it's all sorts of messed up ways. And then the third will come out, and that's called Revision, and that's with me and Fred. That comes out on Tau Forms. That's available on LP and CD. And I believe that comes out in April. You could find me on Instagram at @BAntLopez, @BAntLopez, BANTLOPEZ on Instagram.
AT1 Short.
At Sometimes Somewhere is produced by Audio Technica for AT1 Radio. It is recorded at AT1 Studio at Technica House, New York. Follow AT1 Radio and Audio Technica USA on all social media platforms. Thanks for listening.